Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So I have taken a little bit of a hiatus the past few months, but going back into filming, I wanted to make a series for the new year. So 2021, January, I'm going to be releasing a video every single day. And it's going to vary, so twice a week-ish you'll be getting yoga videos, and then I'll also be adding in some toning videos in there too. So if you don't know me from my classes, I also teach barre, and so they'll be a little bit shorter, focused on one area of the body and really working on just toning, low impact, something that will add to your practice. So today is a 45-minute power class. Let's get started. Make sure you have any props you feel you'll need, blocks and pillows, anything that works for you. And we'll get going here in a cross-legged position, somewhat close to the front of your mat. Okay. So once you've arrived here, let your arms relax wherever feels good, whether that's in your lap or on your thighs. Closing your eyes, sitting up nice and tall. And this is where a block or a pillow underneath your seat can assist you. If you feel like it's really hard to find that strong posture, assist yourself. Use your props. And in this stillness, just breathe. Big inhales, big exhales. Just tune into the type of breathing that will just work for you in this first bit of class. So maybe you're sighing a few times. Maybe you're simply inhaling and exhaling. All you have to do here is just focus in on yourself. So try to limit all the distractions around you. How are you feeling today? How's your body feeling? Place your hands down on your knees and take a deep inhale, arch your back. Bringing your gaze up or eyes closed still towards the sky. As you exhale, chin towards your chest, round and curl your spine. Inhale, big arch. And exhale, we round. One more like that. Inhale, big arch. And exhale, round. A nice neutral spine. Take an inhale. Interlace your hands behind your back. Squeeze your elbows back and then try to extend your arms towards the back of the mat, rolling your shoulders back and opening up your chest. So intuitively, I feel like shaking a little side to side. So if that feels good, feel free to feel out your body. Release your arms, shake out your hands. You might see my cats running back and forth if you're new to me. So the black one's Blue, the other one's Kit Kats. Bring your hands down onto your mat. Tuck your toes and gently make your way back to downward facing dog. Pedal out your legs if that feels good. Or just find that stillness right away. Really spread out through your 10 fingers. Lifting your hips up and back. Now settle into that stillness. So plant your feet, plant your hands, lift your hips up and back. And still breathe. Focus on that breath. Lift your heels, bend your knees, step, walk, or hop towards the top of your mat. Take a halfway lift, lengthen your spine. So really try to straighten out your back body here. Maybe hands to shins if that feels better for any tightness in the calves or hamstrings. Exhale, forward fold. Reach your arms up to the ceiling, take a deep inhale. Be nice to the plants around you if you're hitting them. Exhale, forward fold. Take a halfway lift again, inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank. Core tight and engaged. So we always have the modification of lowering your knees to the ground in your Chataranas. Bend your elbows, Chaturanga. Take a back bend cobra or upward facing dog. So cobra, hips land, just lifting the chest. Upward facing dog, pointed toes, lifting the whole body up off the ground. Shoulders roll back wherever you're at. Cat's decided now is playtime. Downward facing dog, exhale, lift your hips up and back. Step your right foot in between your hands. Lower your left knee towards the ground and bring your hands interlaced on top of your right thigh. This first one, just want you to open up that left hip flexor, so just sink. Let yourself really indulge in that deep opening and that stretch. Take an inhale, lower your hands down towards the ground, half splits, straighten that right leg, hips are stacked over top of your back knee, flex your right toes. This is live, isn't it? So if you have any pets at home or any kids at home, and maybe you're running around while you're finding these moments for yourself, and just breathe through it. So really trying to fold closer to that right leg, but if you're like me, my calves are always super tight first thing in my practice, so I take my time, stay a little upright. Take a deep inhale, bend down in towards your right leg, plant your hands, lift your back knee, step to plank. Option to lower your knees, Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, find your back bend, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step your left foot forward, lower your right knee towards the ground, and we take that lunge again, interlacing hands, this time over the left leg. Breathe into that right hip flexor. Straighten that left leg, half splits. Pull the hips back on top of the right knee. A lot of the time I see people move all the way back, hips towards your back heel, and that's not quite what we're doing today. So keep those hips stacked, really flex the left toes, lengthen your chest forward. Just start to make your way closer to that left leg. Inhale, bend your left knee, exhale, step back to plank, inhale, Chaturanga, bend your elbows, exhale. Upward facing dog or cobra, inhale, down dog, exhale. Look forward, lift your heels, bend your knees, step or hop your feet towards the top of the mat. Take a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Reach your arms up to the ceiling, take an inhale. Right back down, fold, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Step or shoot the feet back, bend your elbows. Cobra or upward facing dog, inhale. Exhale, down dog. Find stillness. Step your right foot in between your hands, lower your left knee down to the ground. Take an inhale and then reach your arms up towards the sky this time. So keep a little more control in your core for this one, scooping the belly in, tucking the tailbone down, and then maybe not sinking as low because we're really activating this time into the posture. Activate that left glute, pull your left hip forward. Take an inhale. Lower your hands down to frame your right leg. Tuck your left toes, lift the back knee. Now straighten both legs to the best of your ability. So again, this is where props are handy, maybe underneath your hands. Pull that right hip back, lengthen your chest forward. Option to flex your right toes off the ground. If you want to get a little more into your calf. Take an inhale. And bend the right knee, exhale. Step back to plank, inhale. Exhale, chaturanga, bending elbows. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Take an inhale. Step left foot forward, exhale. Lower the right knee down. Inhale, low crescent lunge. Deep breath in, lower hands down, exhale. Now tuck those right toes if they aren't already. Lift the back knee, and then try to straighten both the legs. So especially when we're in these really extended pyramid pose, your hip will want to roll open, especially if you're trying to put your heel down. So lift your heel up, keep it up. Roll the right hip down, try to keep both your hips facing forward. And your chest should be able to lengthen forward and not feel like it needs to open up to the side here. Pull the left hip up and back. Lengthen your chest forward, forward, forward. And you can stay here or flex your left toes. Whew. One side, for me at least, tends to always be a little tighter than the other. Just breathe into it. Keep lifting those hips up and back. Take an inhale. And bend the left knee, exhale. Step to plank, inhale. Chaturanga, bend your elbows. Cobra or Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, down dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Take an inhale. Look forward, lift your heels, bend your knees, step or hop your feet towards the top of the mat. Halfway lift. And fold, exhale. Reach your arms up to the ceiling, inhale. Or right back down, we fold, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Chaturanga again, exhale. Cobra or upward facing, inhale. Exhale, down dog. 3 breaths. Look forward, lift heels. Bend knees, step or hop, feet to the top of the mat. Halfway lift, exhale, fold. Reach your arms to the ceiling, and exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, chaturanga, exhale. Cobra or upward facing, inhale. Exhale, down dog. One more time like that. Look forward, lift your heels, bend your knees, step or hop your feet towards your hands. Halfway lift. Exhale, we fold. Reach your arms to the ceiling, inhale, standing nice and tall. And then come right back down, hands towards your mat. Halfway lift, next breath. Exhale, plant your hands, step or shoot your feet back, bend your elbows. Cobra or upward facing dog, inhale. Roll those shoulders back. Exhale, down dog. Lift the hips back. All right. Lift the right leg to the ceiling. Lift your left heel. Exhale, push your left heel down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, push down. One more inhale, lift your left heel. Exhale, push it down. Now step right foot in between the hands. Keep your back knee lifted this time. Lunge. Inhale, arms to the sky. Scooping the core in. Squeezing that left butt cheek. Take an inhale. Exhale, sink a little deeper. We stay here, 2 more breaths. One more, inhale. Exhale, lean forward. Arms either extend forward or arms down by side body. Lean into that right leg. Warrior 3, lift the left leg. Make sure left hip stays as level with the right hip as you can. Scoop your core in and try not to rest your belly on that right thigh. Option to micro bend the right knee here. Extend that left leg. One more breath. Now left knee, bring it to your chest and stand up. Interlace hands around the left knee and then pull that leg up. Standing nice and tall. Now, left leg extends forward. 2 options. Option 1, arms release up, both of them, extending that left leg. Option 2, left hand, 2-piece fingers hold the big left toe. Kind of like 3 options actually. Option 3, left hand can cradle the underside of the left leg and you extend it forward. Now try to really lengthen that leg, pull the left hip back. Stand up tall, so notice if you're curling forward to hold on to it, and I want us to be really upright today. Now, either arms both up or the one arm up. Wherever you are, they're eventually going to lower down so their shoulders height. Stick your bum back, bend your right knee, and slowly lower into what you may call a pistol squat or a toe stand for others. Right arm or both arms reaching forward for 3, 2, 1. And hold here wherever you are. See if you can balance. Breathe. Gently lower your hips to the ground. You can use your hands if you fell over at any point there. That's okay. Take a deep breath in. Right leg stays here. Catch a hold of your left foot if it's gone anywhere else. Interlace hands either around the foot or the back of the leg. Lift that leg up. Chest pushes up towards the foot. Breathe here. Take an inhale and exhale. Slowly curl down. Release the foot. Left leg still extending, still not lowering. Interlace. Hands behind the head. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, lift your head, lift your shoulders up off the ground. Extend your right leg to hover. Take an inhale. Reach your hands towards the back of your mat, off your mat, head lifted, and maybe your shoulder blades lifted. Exhale, extend both legs to hover. Inhale, lift that left leg up and reach your arms towards your right foot. All right, so exhale, extend. Inhale to lift back up. Exhale, extend. Inhale, lift back up. One more. Exhale, extend. Inhale, lift up. Hold here for 3, 2, 1. Right knee bends. Plant your right foot. Interlace hands behind that left leg somewhere. And then just gently pull the leg in towards you. Notice if your bum is really lifting high, try to push your bum down. I don't know about you guys, but the past month I've been pretty slack, so that core work was very short but killer for me. Good, take an inhale. Now right foot is planted on the ground, right? Right knee is bent. Use your core. And as you exhale, come up to like a half V-sit. So left leg is not on the ground. Left leg stays up. Hold here. Hover your right foot. Right knee is still bent for 3. Left leg is shaking. 2. And 1. Plant your right foot in. Now you may have to use your hands or not. Hands can either assist you. Slide forward. Your right foot is on the ground. Hips lift. Left leg kicks up and back. standing splits. Hands can either have stayed lifted the whole time, or can be on the ground, or blocks, or holding the right calf. Extend your left leg back, lift your right hip up. And breathe. 2 more breaths. Take an inhale. Bend your right knee. Step your left foot to the back of the mat. Warrior 2. Windmill the arms open. Adjust the feet so that they're somewhat underneath your hands or wrists. Left foot parallel to the short edge of your mat. Right toes facing fully forward. So engage your glutes, roll your hips open, and then see if you can sink down. Maybe hips even come level with that right knee or right thigh. Arms are open. Roll the left shoulder back. Your chest is facing the side of your mat, left side. Now extend your right arm forward, extended side angle. So option 1, elbow to thigh. Left arm is going to sweep beside the left ear. Palm faces down, not up. Option 2, your right hand touches lightly onto the ground. Roll your chest open. Squeeze your ribs together, so engage your core. And then engage your right bum cheek and try to scoop your hips underneath you. So really try to notice here, especially if you've chosen to go to the ground, if you start to stick your butt back. And we don't want that to happen. So draw those hips underneath you. One more breath. And exhale. Left hand to left hip. Look forward. Right hand is going to extend onto a mat or onto a block or on the ground. Left leg lifts, half moon. Extend that left leg back and see if you can lift that left leg up. Roll your left hip open so that the hip's not facing the ground. We want it stacked. Maybe left arm reaches to the sky. Gazing at the ground is the easiest for your balance. If you want to challenge your balance, you can look up towards that left hand. Take an inhale. And exhale, bend your left knee, step both feet, big toes to touch at the top of your mat. Halfway lift. And exhale, we forward fold. Now bend your knees, chair, Utkatasana. Reach your arms to the sky and sit your weight back like you're going to sit back into a chair. Draw those ribs in. Draw the low belly in. Settle a little deeper. Take an inhale. And exhale, we fold forward. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, plant those hands, step or shoot the feet back, Chaturanga. Cobra or upward facing dog, inhale. And exhale, we go down dog. Extend your left leg towards the sky. Lift your right heel high. Push your right heel into the ground. Lift the right heel high, and then press it down again. Once more, inhale, lift high. Exhale, push the heel down. Left foot steps in between the hands. Back knee off the ground, lunge. Inhale, lift the arms. Bend deeper into that left knee. Scoop the core in. Activate your right glute. Pull the right hip forward. Two more breaths. Lean forward, either extended arms forward or down by your side body. Step into that left foot, lift the right leg up, warrior 3. Now notice, so my tendency here is to just kind of sink into my lower back, and this is a lot easier for my left glute. But if I lift my chest up a little bit, squeeze my core in, and lengthen my lower back, I activate a lot more. I don't sink into that lower back, and I find more extension in the lines in my body. Take one more breath. Exhale, we stand up, right knee to chest straight away. Interlace hands, Hug the right knee in as tight as it can go and just hold here. So you should feel a little bit of an opening to the front of that left hip flexor when we hug that knee in. And again, we either extend the leg, both arms up, interlace right hand on that right big toe, or hand cradles the back of the leg. Wherever you're at though, we want this right leg extended. Choose your own version here. Left arm or both arms to the sky. Breathe here. Pull that right hip back, stand up taller. Try not to scoop forward. Pull your core in, strong posture here. I know it's a lot for that right hamstring. Try to find that space. Take an inhale. Stick your bum back. Now we lean a little bit forward. Lengthen spine. Left arm or both arms start to lower down as our hips lower down. Take your time. If you can go slower than me, go slower than me. We go down for 3, 2, and 1. Hold here, balance, breathe. So your heel might be off the ground, which may be tougher to balance. Maybe your left hand assists you for support, but right leg is lifted, wherever you're at. Gently lower your seat. Right leg is still lifted. Interlace hands behind calf, maybe behind foot or heel. And then try not to curl forward. Sit up tall and pull that leg in. Think your chest is trying to extend to your foot. Take an inhale. And exhale, chin to chest. Roll down. Right leg is still off the ground. Extend it up to the sky. Hands behind the head. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, lift your head, lift your shoulders up off the ground. Extend your left leg to hover. This couch is getting a little in my way. Make sure you don't have stuff around you. Extend your arms up towards the sky. As you inhale, extend your right leg down to the left. Ooh, no, we exhaled here. Inhale, right leg lifts. Hands lift, shoulders lift higher. Extend out to hover. Exhale. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, extend out. Inhale, lift up. Hold here for 3. Left leg is still off the ground, 2. And 1. Bend your left knee. Plant your foot. Interlace hands around the right leg. Maybe it's you're holding your thigh, maybe calf, maybe heel. And then pull the leg in, and then push your bum down. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, keep this right leg hovering here. Half V-sit, arms reach forward, sit up. Hold that right leg up, so engage that right quadricep, hover your left foot. Good, take a breath in. Exhale, plant that left foot on the ground. Hands can assist you or not. Right leg is extending up and back. Lift your hips up. Standing splits, hands on blocks or holding that left leg. Now lift your left hip crease up. Extend that right leg back, back, back. Take an inhale. Bend your left knee and slowly step back, warrior 2. Right foot at the back of the mat, windmill arms open. Left toes forward, right foot parallel to the short edge of the mat. Now when I'm giving these cues, just take a look at the little areas of the body I'm cueing you in, because a lot of the time we don't even know our bodies are doing certain things, or we kind of ignore it or get used to doing it a certain way, which may not be the best way for our bodies. Or for alignment, arms out, bend deeper into that left knee, squeeze the glutes, roll the hips open. Think as if your kneecaps could turn all the way back to the other side of your body. I'm not going to do that, but just if you can imagine that much engagement. Good. Now left arm extends forward, extended side angle. Option 1, elbow to thigh, maybe hand to ground for option 2. The right arm sweeps beside the right ear, palm facing the ground. Now pay attention to your butt here. Is it sticking back? If so, tuck your hips underneath you. Squeeze your left glute even more. And think about the fronts of your hips opening up here. And then roll your chest open as if you were trying to turn to face the ceiling, but this is not a back bend, so keep your core engaged. And the entirety of your torso is rolling. One more breath.
Right hand to your right hip. Now look forward. Left hand shoots forward onto a block, onto the ground. Maybe it doesn't even touch down. It can stay hovering. Right leg lifts, half moon. Roll the right hip open. Roll your chest open. Once you feel balanced, right arm reaches to the ceiling. Take your time, okay? So just notice, balance this side compared to the other. If it feels okay, feels different. If it feels great, then maybe challenging your balance and turning your face to the ceiling. Whew. Take an inhale. Bend your right knee. Exhale, step both feet to the top of the mat. Big toes touch. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold it down. Uttanasana chair pose. Bend your knees. Lift your hands to the sky. Settle your weight down. Scoop the core in. Sink lower. Great way to get a little more heated in your practice is to keep the heaters on and practice right beside them. Feeling super warm. Take an inhale. Exhale, reach forward. Now, open your knees, lift your heels, make sure you have room in front of you. Plant your hands, Bakasana, crow pose. So heels lifted, knees wide. Bend your elbows and try to bring your knees or shins onto your triceps. Now look forward. So all you have to do is this. That's it. Even if we're not flying, this is such a beautiful place to be. If you're like, I feel like all the weight's transferring into my hands, look forward, lean forward until your feet lift up off the ground. Or maybe you play around and lift one foot, maybe the other foot, and just keep walking it out. And try to hold wherever you are for at least 3 breaths here. And whenever you're ready to, step or shoot your feet back to plank, chaturanga, bend your elbows, cobra or upward facing dog, and exhale, down dog. Whew. Take an inhale. Exhale out your mouth. Lift your right leg to the sky. Open up your hip, bend your knee nice and high. Breathe there. Take an inhale. Exhale, step your right foot in between the hands. Pull the right hip back, left hip forward, straighten your left leg, and then just reach your arms forward beside the ears. Lift your belly an inch off of your right thigh. You're not coming all the way up. Keep extending forward. Try to make a straight line from your back heel to your fingertips. Hold there. Take an inhale. Lower left hand down. Exhale, lower your left knee. And open up your right arm to the sky. So easy twist. I like to walk my left hand out a little wider. I'll leave that up to you. Roll your chest open. Take an inhale. And lower the right hand down. Exhale, both hands on the inside of the right foot. Pull your chest forward. Pull that right hip back. Hug the right knee into that right tricep. Take an inhale. Turn your right toes to the right side of the mat, not all the way, just a little bit. Lift your back knee and step your left foot forward, Malasana. So match your left foot with the right foot. Yogi squat. Toes are angled out. Feet are a little wider than your hips, maybe mat's distance if that feels good. Hands palm to palm, heart center. Pull your chest forward. Slight engagement of the glutes so that your knees are not dropping and rounding forward. I want to keep that openness. Take one more inhale. And lower your hands down towards the ground. Step your right foot to the back of the mat. Lower your right knee down. Keep your left foot where it is. Right hand opens up. Left arm reaches to the sky, easy twist. Both shoulders, try to keep them rolling back. It's one of the things that I tend to forget. Feels good to sink into that right shoulder sometimes, but we want to keep that support for the arm, for the shoulder girdle. So pull the shoulder back. Keep lifting up and away from the ground. Take an inhale. And exhale, sweep your left arm down and forward. Lift your back knee straight in the back leg. Both arms extend forward. So we're in that version of our lunge. Pull the left hip back, belly lifts an inch off of that left leg. Extend and reach. Stay here for 3, 2, 1. Plant both hands. And now I'm going to turn to face you guys, but you'll probably be facing the right side of the mat in a goddess. So walk your hands to the right side of the mat. Turn your 10 toes out. Bend your knees open and lift your chest up. I'll turn to face you. So these are somewhat at 90-degree angles, depending on how your legs are feeling at this point. Keeping your arms open wide. Shoulders roll back, chest stacked, core engaged. Glutes are turned on, so we're externally rotating, and then you sink a little deeper. Take an inhale. Bring your right elbow to your right thigh. Exhale. Sweep your left bicep beside the left ear. Your legs stay exactly where they were. We're not shifting into that right leg. Keep your hips in the middle. Breathe here. Good. Lift up through center. Inhale. Exhale, left elbow down to left thigh, right bicep beside the right ear. Stay here. Can you get a little lower? Good. Inhale through center. Now right hand to the ground in front of that right foot. So inner edge of the right foot. Hips stay in the middle to the best of your ability. Left bicep beside the left ear. Whew. My legs are shaking. Good. Take an inhale. Stay here, exhale. Lift up, middle, inhale. Exhale, left hand down to the ground, inner edge of the left foot, right bicep beside the right ear. Sink down. Don't let your knees cave in, keep your knees pushing out and back. Hips stay forward as much as possible. Good, inhale, lift up through center. Stay and sink a little lower. Good, straighten the legs, turn your 10 toes to that edge of your mat and fold forward. Standing straddle fold. So hands can be on blocks, they can be holding your ankles, they can be on the ground. Lift your hamstrings up and back. One more breath. So halfway, take an inhale. Walk your hands towards your right foot with an exhale. Turn your 10 toes forward. Pigeon pose. So shuffle your shin down onto your mat. Left leg moves back in space. And then take a few seconds here. Stay upright to start. There's a few ways of doing pigeon, to be honest. You can keep your right shin as parallel to the top edge of your mat. This doesn't feel good for a lot of our joints. And so if this feels okay on your knee, your ankle and everything, then feel free to stay here. You may be propped up a little higher. So the goal is not to get your hip on the ground. The goal is to get stacked directly on top. So we want our left knee to face the ground, our left hip to face the ground. This is where, again, those blocks or pillows under the right glute can be really helpful. Now if you're like, this doesn't feel good for my knee, tuck your foot in and point your toe instead. And then same thing, shuffle that left leg back, left knee facing down, left hip facing down. And now we'll lower to our elbows. Three breaths. Maybe your chest lowers to the ground for these last 2. And then we lift up. Plant your hands, tuck your left toes, and step back to down dog. Your left leg this time is going to lift up to the sky because we didn't have the chance to do it just yet. Open up your hip and bend your knee nice and high. Take an inhale. And exhale, slide your shin forward. Pigeon pose on the left side. Again, just figure out what works best. Maybe we play with stacking the hips to start. And then notice if that left knee can maybe come to a 90-degree angle, maybe not. Like I said, one side's just depending on like what you've done in your life, the injuries that you may have had prior, the way you stand, the way you hold it back, all those things will really impact one side of the body as opposed to the other. So for me, keeping the shin somewhat parallel to the top edge of the mat is insane for my left glute. So tight. And that's okay. So you can always stay here. You can always tuck your foot in. Whenever you're ready, lower to your elbows. And so what I try to do when I find tightness in my body, a lot of the time sinking into these deeper stretches and holds, the muscle will start to shake a lot. And that's okay. It's just the muscle trying to relax. So try to work with it. See if like maybe you play into that a little bit more for a few seconds and then take a few seconds off of it. Or maybe you can find a place where you relax your muscle completely so that it doesn't have to shake or hold, which can feel quite intense, but again, just for a few seconds. Play around with that. Maybe your chest lowers to the ground. Just 3 more breaths here. Move any props out from underneath you. Sit into your left hip. And swing your legs forward. Take a second to reach forward. Deep inhale. And exhale, we slowly roll down. And hug your knees in towards your chest. Now, cross your right leg in front of your left leg. The cat's trying to get into a box over there. I don't know if you can see. So it's like you're sitting cross-legged in a chair. And try to bring your feet out wide. Engage your core to lift up and then see if you can catch the outer edges of your feet. Now, sometimes that can feel next to impossible, and that's okay. Just grab a hold of your calves or as far down your legs as you can. Once you have a hold here of your feet or calves, if you're holding your feet, flex them, keep them activated, and then pull the ankles down towards the ground. Whew. So you'll notice that your seat's gonna lift up a little bit, and then try to press your bum down, and then keep pulling your feet up towards you, as if your feet could touch your shoulders. Hi there. They don't usually hang out with me this much, just whenever I film. And then gently release. Shake it out. Other side. Left leg on top. Hands reach up. Exhale, engage your core. Catch your feet. Maybe catch your ankles. And then pull those feet in towards you. Lengthen your bum down. So you'll feel this maybe in your hip flexor, maybe in your glute, just depending where there may be a little more tightness or how your body's doing today, where it's at. Try to push your bum down, don't forget. Lift those feet up, try not to let them just fall and relax. Take an inhale. And exhale, shake out your legs towards the sky. Hug your knees in towards your chest, give yourself a big squeeze. And release, Shavasana, corpse pose. Roll your shoulders back and close your eyes. I'm going to be leaving you guys here, but I do encourage you to stay for as long as feels right in your Shavasana today. Or maybe it's something that you don't quite feel like doing today, so perhaps it is what you need. Get yourself fully relaxed, close your eyes, relax your face, shoulders down. And we'll see you in our next video.